Welcome back to more Symphogear. If you've been away for a while, well, things are looking drastic. You got Ghosts of the Past reappearing. Dr. the Mother. Is there anything that can actually just stay unabashed? Still, Ipiki's father standing up and actually doing something of note, trying to protect her in his own way. There's a lot going on, and with Carol taking on her form, her transformation, I wonder what's going to happen next. Is it going to be a collection of memories being erased once again? What's going to be left? Still, the harmonies of the world about to be disrupted quite badly. I want to see it, so strap in, get a drink. Let's watch some Symphogear. There's a lot going on right now, but the fight on both sides, you got the two halves of the group, both seeming distraught, put out of place, and defeated. And the overarching theme in this one will be about loss of family. Not surprised that she made a return for this. Zombie! Yeah. Take off the head. Therefore, it will be over. Just feed into intrinsic fears, worries of the past. Is it just the further in they go, the more is going to be brought out of their hearts to entrap them? I mean, they're making some pretty new geographical features of the land. Does she at least have any sort of proper medical care? No matter how many times she refuses just to stay put. Huh. I mean, they did talk about ley lines before, so having everything in order. But is this a case of... Is this a case of... if it doesn't occur now, they'll have to wait hundreds, not thousands of years to wait for the stars to align again? So how many... I was going to say historical, but how many theological stories are going to be main part of this? The Tower of Babel. At least we know that might be the real one, considering they wouldn't have known that he was pierced through. Actually brought him along like some lost luggage. Can you backwards engineer it to stop it and make use in the future, or are we just destroy this monument to alchemy? And we're only seeing the destruction on the surface. Is there more going on underneath? Because sure, they can rebuild the buildings, but structurally? Just get up, try again. You can always fail once more. I like that. Not, keep trying until you make it. No, just failure is part of life. And the fact that he is somewhat living up to his own wishes of being a hero, stopping the destruction of Earth. Interesting. He's willing to... Okay, so he's less worried about his own personal safety as long as he gets to screw over someone else. But let's put Carol's plans on a very limited time frame now. Is she going to have to go back and help? Would it only strengthen the disintegration? Yep, don't get distracted. How many more strings is she going to add to her bow? Well, if that didn't work, let's go back to Black Maria. How many more forms is it going to take? Okay. Her ills and wishes. Oh yeah, that's a better way. Her mistakes. Now, having a literal representation of something to overcome when it comes to your own worries and issues. If only anxiety and mental ills could be so, well, I'd say easily overcome, but requires battle. Huh. She has at least intrinsic knowledge of the chateau itself, considering she has memories and knowledge of Carol. Now that if Carol's been fighting this battle alone all this time, now it's everyone working together. Oh. They've had better days. So, is this a battle that she is willing to... Or they, I should say. They are willing to let her handle? We've had several moments throughout this season where they've tried to handle it all themselves. He looks a little drained. And who could have fought the great Dr. Vare, who we hated to such a degree before, now being forefront as one of the ones who would stop the destruction. Oh no. Admired. Considering they were told, you know, the chateau itself will destruct, they're saying their goodbyes now. There you go, just the last cries of a hurt and abandoned girl wishing for their family. Pity they wanted to destroy the world to try and try to make do. That was a dirty trick. But the fact she did not hesitate. Well, if the chateau wasn't overcome before, it definitely is now. What did she think would happen by blasting a hole right through the middle? Probably wasn't thinking all too much, very distraught. Oh, don't worry, your disintegration was just a joke. Let's hope everything was actually put back molecule by molecule, nothing was missed out. We've got some more series. Is it going to be this easy to get rid of them? Yeah, they can't reconstruct that. I don't think that's structurally sound, to be fair. Now that she's lost her reason, the chateau is brought down. Is she going to give up now? Is she still going to fight back against... Did she forget the fact that what happened at the end there? I mean, the problem seemed to have relatively solved itself over the years. One father who has admittedly done so much wrong. I mean, it's going to be quite a simple sentence that I'm guessing that he's wanting to say. But yeah, a father that knows how much he's failed, speaking on behalf of theirs. You know him that well? And just make for a better future. I mean, if you keep clinging on to grief and anger, it's just a cycle of destruction. You know, it's quite visible here. Bankroll, yep, just double down. You've gone so far already. You're not going to have Time for grand character revelations. What will be left if she transforms all of her memories? At least, it's a battle of attrition that, as long as they survive, will eventually be won. But to what extent? I mean, the Citadel is taken out. But don't worry. They've got each other to rely on. Elf9 has done, even if it was playing into the hands of Carol sometimes, done so much for this present. Can't go against some good guitar. A trifecta freeway transformation with this extra power. And you can see that Hibiki herself, has grown a little with these lyrics, considering where she was before, not wanting to use her power to fight. It's not meant to hurt others. What is there going to be a moment where Elf9 connects to her even more? Tries to break through if that speech she gave before didn't work. Huh? Is it going to be like we saw before with that back in season 2, I think it was? The hold hands mitigate it altogether. Focus it back? Huh. And considering she was technically part of its creation. However, 7 billion superb songs. So what if every person on Earth had one? Wow. But did she throw away that power thinking it was worthless because she was fighting alone? Couldn't have turned up a second or two earlier? They would have been thrown through a building. As long as this isn't just another alchemic mirage. Write it down in song. Pass it down throughout the years. A card It is all science. But now we have all, the group of 6 in their Dying Slave modes, a vision for the future and what they want to do with it. Wow. He'll take it. A hero is a hero, I guess. With their powers combined, they can brace each other, stand up to anything. And the others behind them? There really isn't much left, is there? What's she going to do? Just try and increase it even more to overpower them? Well, one hell of a sight. Although, how's the atmosphere going to take this sudden increase of power and the like? Those wings were rather sharp. How many more forms are they going to have? I do like how each of them do fit the characters and their styles. Chris with the 4 wings. Semester's leg wings. That's where we end. A vision of the future, them coming down from the heavens in angelic splendor. Elf9 hopefully not succumbing to our injuries. Considering there's so many times throughout this we've had the, can we not really not do anything without sacrifice? Is it once more going to beat that eventuality? How fitting that this engine are just a cut to black, go through the credits, wait, let us just ingest it all. Dr. Ver becoming the hero that he always wanted to be. Not done through his terms, but messing with someone else's victory. Perfectly fitting, really. Symphogear being a show where, fighting for the future is commonplace. Fighting for one another and your friends, family, and memories is another. And Carol being the kind of epitome of that. She's fighting for her father, her lost family that was taken away from her, and what she feels is so unjust, but in doing so is destroying her own knowledge and memories of that family, that father that she had. Is it worth the self-sacrifice and burning out of who you are to obtain this revenge? Honestly, I'm not too sure on that one. But like I said, after the final duel, are we going to be left with just a husk of what Carol was? If she's burning through memories, is it including her own speech functions? I think that would be more painful to see than just if she was obliterated. Especially since we had that moment of pain in her voice that we heard, where she's fighting so hard because everything that she knew was taken away from her and doesn't know how to proceed without it. And she is, at heart, just a scared little girl. Not that really forgives her for trying to destroy the world, but at least you can see somewhere where she's coming from. Let's hope that somewhere down the line, there can be some redemption for a lot of them. Dr. Ver has had his moments. Hibiki's father's trying to play up to a certain role. Whether or not he'll have the courage to face the rest of the family is yet to be seen. I'm surprised, although if they did it would kind of milk the moment a little, but I'm surprised that they didn't animate a huge new transformation sequence for them and their new angelic splendor. Maybe we'll get it at a later point, because this reveal of them coming down from the clouds like that was pretty big. I am probably going to have to go back throughout most of the songs in all of this to pay attention to the lyrics a bit more. Obviously, there's been some that I've picked out, but knowing the intricacies of their heart and what they're thinking in the time, I wonder if that would change how I view scenes a little. And for all that this show has done, trying to make us, maybe if not sympathetic, but at least change our viewpoint slightly of Dr. Ver and his sacrifice now to be a hero, while completely ignoring the scores of people that he actually killed, including children. Child murderer, saving the world, maybe we can forgive him a little. It's a tightrope, that one. I don't think he'll have any statues in his honour. Still, how many shows, how many times are we going to see the memories of the past birth alive again to make you question everything? Having the mother be a voice questioning Maria's her stance, her conviction and everything. I mean, they broke through it pretty quickly. The fact that she landed that final blow without hesitation on Serena. Well done. How many of us could say we'd do the same? But Symphogear is a fun show. There's some nice music. So, with what's left, I hope we can enjoy it. Make sure to stick around to make sure you don't miss the next one. If you enjoyed this, let me know. Leave a like and a comment down below. Consider subscribing to the channel to make sure not to miss out in future uploads. Maybe join onto my Discord for any notifications when the things happen. But I know that there's no way in hell that I would trade my memories for power. Mainly because I'm not sure how many I actually have left. So get some rest. Hopefully I can see you for the next one, with the world completely rebuilt. If you're wanting to be some sort of hero by destabilizing the internet only to rebuild it with my channel being some form of anime reaction monopoly on the top, well, I can only thank you enough, because the work has been started by the likes of Noku, Sao, Guado, Kite, M.O, Ruben Filmhauer, Wolfie Sensei and everyone else. And without you, I really wouldn't. And without you, I may have just been converted to atoms long ago.